Hello friends, this is just to give you a glimpse of how the painting will look like at the end of our session. We already finished half of the techniques in our last video. Let us take up the next ones now. In this lift out technique we use a scrubber brush, which is a hard bristle brush, and we lift out some of the paint which has already dried up. We wet the brush first a little bit and then scrub out some of the already dried up paint. In this case we are lifting it out to indicate the clouds. In this feather out technique we remove some of the hard edges that have formed after the paint has dried up. In whatever places we do not desire the hard edges, we can simply remove them by using a wet brush and feathering it out or lifting out the paint and trying to merge it into the background color. This is called the feathering out technique, where we soften the edges which have hardened up. Water can be painted in various ways. In this case I am just covering up the water area with a wet brush first, just a wet brush dipped in water, and then on the wet surface we paint in the reflections of the background foliage or mountains or whatever that we have already depicted with vertical strokes, maybe intermittently some horizontal strokes too. Once again here we are using the negative painting technique, where we are adding the background dark color in order to bring out the light of the foreground. This is again the lifting out technique, where we are removing some of the paint applied with the help of a wet brush. Again here with the same lifting out technique, we are removing some of the paint in order to indicate the branches that were left out. This is done with the help of a wet brush, and the already dried up paint is being lifted out with the help of the wet brush. This is the salt technique, where I am sprinkling table salt onto a wet painted area. The painted area should be not too dry and not too wet. After drying up, this gives a very good texture to the painting. Next we remove the masking tape that we had stuck onto the paper initially. Once the painting is almost nearly done, the masking tape will have to be removed very carefully, taking care that the underneath paper does not get removed along with it. Similarly, we remove the masking fluid, which has of course already dried up. This can be just rubbed off with the help of your finger, or if you prefer you could even use an eraser. You have to just pull off the masking fluid. It has become elastic after drying, and so it becomes easy to remove. Just rub it off with either your finger or an eraser and it comes off. Again, taking care that the underneath paper does not get removed along with it. We will need to take care that the masking fluid applied everywhere is removed altogether. It should not stay on the paper, because that will later on spoil the painting. Because of heat or dust, it may get spoiled, so we take care to remove each and every drop of the masking fluid that we had applied. This is some more of the negative painting technique that we had seen earlier. In this case now in the foreground foliage, in order to bring out the lights and darks and in order to add more interest to the painting. Now this is the dry brush technique where we paint dry on dry, that is the underneath painting is already dry and we are using a brush which is laden with color but which is not having too much of water content in it. This can be used to indicate grass, twigs or finer details or finer textures that you may want to add into the painting. Now we are adding more and more detailing into the painting, as in how the painting nears its end. We start adding finer details like the finer branches of the trees, etc. with thinner brushes, detailing brushes. This is worked in mostly dry on dry. Next comes the sprinkling or splattering technique, wherein we use a toothbrush laden with paint and simply sprinkle color onto some of the areas, shielding out the unwanted areas with the help of a tissue paper or some other shield that you may prefer to use. This creates a very fine texture and adds interest to the painting. This is the scratching out technique, wherein you use a sharp object, any sharp object that you may prefer to use, and scratch out the already dried up paint in order to bring out certain texture and add interest to the painting. In this case, I am indicating the foreground grass, wherein the background painting, which was already dark, is getting scratched out. This is once again the feathering out technique, where we are trying to soften the hard edges of the underpainting which have already dried up. With the use of a wet brush, we can simply go over them so as to remove the hard edges. This can be done wherever required within the painting. And finally, this is the pushing out pigment technique, wherein we are making sort of a stencil out of a paper, and with the help of a wet sponge we are just removing the underpainting where we had initially maybe forgotten or left out to add certain details of the painting. We just wipe out with a sponge or even a tissue paper will do. Once again, you can see these are some of the watercolor painting techniques that were used while doing this particular painting. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you so much.